Welcome to the Global Top 9. Today, we will talk about the top 9 weirdest phobias you haven't heard of. But before that, let's first take a look at what a phobia is. A phobia is characterized as a fear of different things and situations that make people act, feel, and think unreasonably. Having a phobia can totally affect one's life, especially if the fear manifests in a vital part of someone's being. Causes of phobias include having traumatic experiences in the past, genetic or hereditary, influence of an environment or drugs, or accidents causing brain damage. Thankfully, psychiatry and psychology are more advanced these days, and phobias are being understood deeper, their symptoms, and the cure. Primarily, people with phobias are given medication and psychological support. People around people with phobias should undergo discussions because the family and friends of people with phobias also bear the burden of adjusting and tolerating their behavior and changes. While there are phobias we are more familiar with, like arachnophobia, or fear of spiders, zoophobia, or fear of animals, Ergophobia, or fear of heights, Optophobia, or fear of water, and claustrophobia, or fear of small spaces. There are conditions that are really rare. Some of these may surprise you. Let's get started with the top 9 phobias you haven't heard of. Number 9. Ergophobia. The workplace can sometimes be an undesirable place for us, but we still get up and show up for work each day. However, not for people suffering with ergophobia. From the root word ergo, which means work, it's the fear of working and anything related to work. Individuals who suffer this have extreme desire of not working or not going to the office. They are afraid of taking tasks, failing at their assignments, or even socializing with their colleagues. At some point, we all dread going to work as well due to different reasons like shame of a failed project, office bullying, or inability to socialize. Imagine that people who have ergophobia suffer 10 times of what we experience. And the worst part is, they cannot easily cope. They suffer panic attacks with the thought of working, and they experience debilitating effects if they step into an office. So, before you even judge a person by calling them lazy, think again. They are actually people who are aware of their phobia and how irrational it is, but they have no control of it. Number 8. Nomophobia. We are in a world where importance of gadgets, especially our phones, are beyond compare. Here enters the emergence of a novel phobia, nomophobia. This fear is characterized by anxiety of losing one's phone, either physically or due to low battery and loss of signal. Since we are always wired, people get so attached to their phones that they suffer anxiety when they lose them. If you experience extreme feelings of sadness, anxiety, palpitations, and difficulty in breathing whenever you misplace your phone or when the battery is dead, it may be time to see your doctor. Be especially wary with younger members of the community, as they are the ones more dependent on their phones. Number 7. Plutophobia. Everybody wants money, and probably anyone in the world would want to get rich. We work hard each day to earn and live a comfortable life, but did you know that there are people afraid of money? This condition is called plutophobia. And people who have it dread the thought of having money, being rich, and being around people who have money or are wealthy. For them not to meet their scariest state of having money, people with plutophobia run away from all money-making opportunities. People with this condition suffer guilt and restlessness if they have money. Intentional failure in their careers to avoid earnings could also be a sign. Number 6. Venustrophobia. Shows, pictures, advertisements and different materials containing pictures and videos of beautiful women are everywhere. These are all triggers to people who have Venustrophobia, as they fear beautiful ladies. There are articles saying that this condition is actually fictional, but there are scientific findings that it actually exists. According to scientific research, this condition can be passed on from one generation to another. But finding that this fear was caused by something traumatic could also be one of the reasons. Symptoms of Venustrophobia include anxiety when around attractive women and discomfort in seeing alluring ladies instead of being attractive. Whatever the reason is, in today's world, where everyone wants to look good, living with Venustrophobia can be very difficult. Number 5. Heliophobia. The sun is the primary source of light during the day, and it is also an important resource for the human race as it helps in growing our food, keeping us alive. However, not all welcome the light of the sun, such as people who have heliophobia. People with heliophobia dread the sun. Because of this fear, people who have this condition do not go out during the day. They do everything to block the sun from staying in a room with windows that are sealed to keep the sunlight from coming in. Even the thought of the sun and its light can put them in trouble. People with heliophobia could benefit from the sun because it provides a great source of vitamin D. They would also miss the chance of going to the beach or enjoying the beauty of sunrise and sunsets. Number 4. Blutophobia. Many times in our lives, we really feel like not taking a bath, but this is something we do by choice and out of laziness. For people with Blutophobia, their mind tells them that they do not want to take a bath and clean themselves. They suffer panic attacks if they do. About 19.2 million people, mostly women and children, in America suffer this kind of condition. Causes of having this phobia include having a traumatic experience of bathing, heredity, and accidents that cause the brain function to change. People with this condition should find an alternative way to keep themselves clean and maintain proper hygiene. Number 3. Spectrophobia. In a world where how we look always matters, we always keep mirrors handy to check our appearance. Many things around us are shiny, and they can easily reflect how we look. This can be truly threatening for people suffering with spectrophobia who fear seeing their own reflection. This fear can be caused by deeply engraved cultural or religious beliefs that teach something scary would happen if a person sees his own reflection, like the mirror sucking a person's soul. It may also be hereditary. Having a horrific experience on mirrors can also bring out spectrophobia. Number 2. Lachinophobia. We, at some point in our childhood, didn't like vegetables, especially that green mini-tree looking veggie, broccoli. But as we grow older, we discover their benefits, especially in maintaining height and weight, so we eat them anyway. This will never be the case for people with Lachinophobia who have a fear of vegetables. But also thinking about vegetables gets them sick. If you notice an irrational fear and negative physical responses when you see and think of vegetables, then your fear might be Lachinophobia. People with this condition should find an alternative to vegetables in their diet so they won't suffer vitamin deficiency. Number 1. Optophobia. When a person suffers from a phobia, they would do anything to keep themselves from people, things, and situations they fear. But what if a person's fear is a natural function of a body, like opening their eyes? This is what optophobia, or the fear of opening the eyes. People with optophobia barely open their eyes with different irrational reasons. While it is so natural for people with normal eyes to open their eyes and blink endlessly as long as they are awake, you cannot see people with optophobia doing this. This condition can be hereditary or caused by traumatic events in the past, difficult experiences, or horrific events that truly made the person just close his eyes as an easy escape. This could also be a developed habit of closing one's eyes to avoid seeing disappointing things around them. A person may have seen a horrendous sight. He just chose to close his eyes forever in the fear of seeing it again. Despite the not-so-good things happening in the world, it is still a joy to see. Sadly, this will not happen for people with optophobia. These phobias are indeed unbelievable. We could not imagine how people live with them. Let's remain hopeful that permanent cures are on the way. This ends our top 9 list for today. Which ones stuck out the most and which ones sound really scary to you? Share your comments below. Please subscribe to our channel and smash the like button. We'll see you on the next video.